I was telling you that as I was driving this week, I was thinking and I was listening and one of the thoughts that popped into my brain, we've been talking and we've heard people talk a lot about the sin of empathy and how empathy can be toxic and how empathy can lead to horrible things and how empathy is something to be avoided and all these other different stuff. Anyway, one of the thoughts that popped into my head was this word woke and what woke means. And for me, it means to be aware. That's it for me. It means that I am awake and I am aware of my surroundings and I am aware of the suffering of the people around me. I am aware of the pain that people are going through. I'm aware of the problems that are taking place, the problems that exist. I'm aware of the danger that our creation is finding itself. That to me is what woke means. That I simply see what's happening around me, and I see the trouble that's brewing, and I see how people are suffering. There's a term that we often will hear, woke Christians. Now, I'll be honest with you, very difficult time up until very recently trying to understand why being a woke Christian was a problem. Why is being a woke Christian so troubling for so many? Why are woke Christians considered to be so dangerous by other Christians? Well, I think really what it boils down to is that a woke Christian is someone who sees what's going on in the world around them and actually applies the teachings of Jesus Christ to the things that they're seeing around them. And that is a huge problem for many. That's a huge problem for many in the church. It's a huge problem for many other Christians. Wait a second. You see all these poor people and now you're applying what you hear Jesus say about feeding people to it, right? And the reason why that's dangerous is because it's really uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to live that way. It's uncomfortable to take what Jesus has said and to take what Jesus has done and to listen to how Jesus has called us to move. It's really uncomfortable to live a life that way. It really is. I'm not making any bones about it. It's really uncomfortable being vulnerable. It's really uncomfortable being uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable giving, and it's really uncomfortable providing. It's really uncomfortable to live a life that is sacrificial. So if you don't want to live that way, but you still want to raise your hands on Sunday morning, and you still want to praise and worship, and you still want to proclaim loudly every chance you get that you are a Christian. If you're a person that wants to be able to say, I'm a persecuted Christian in North America, if you want to hold on to that identity, that because you believe in Jesus Christ, you're some kind of victim. A Christian who is living the kind of life that Jesus asks us to live, a Christian that is living not as a victim, but as a freedom fighter, they're incredibly dangerous because they're holding a mirror up to all the other Christians. And those Christians that don't want to be uncomfortable, those Christians that want to be safe, those Christians that want to enjoy the fruits of their labor instead of sharing the fruits of their labor with others. They don't like what they see. They don't like how it calls them out. They don't like how it shows them where they're going astray. They don't like how it shows them that they aren't living the life. Those Christians are dangerous. Those woke Christians are dangerous because not only do they see what's happening in the world around them, they're actually willing to apply Jesus' teachings to it. And not for nothing, but we mustn't ever forget that the people who called for Jesus' execution were not atheists. The people that called for Jesus' execution weren't Romans. They were religious people. They were devout, religious people who were really uncomfortable with this guy's message. They were people who really did not want this guy's message taking hold. They really wanted to suppress this message of this Jesus cat. Because if they didn't, it was going to cause them a world of trouble. It's okay to be, obviously, it is not only okay, it is good. It is good to be awake and aware of what's going on around us. And it is marvelous and beautiful if you're willing to apply what Jesus has shared with all of us to those problems. But you will be considered dangerous. You will be considered a radical. You will be considered a left-wing lunatic. You will be called all kinds of names. You will be called all kinds of words. You'll be told so often by so many trusted people in your life that you're wrong, that you'll come to doubt your understanding. Be bold. Be courageous. Continue to be the person that God is asking you to do. God will always be by your side. God will always be with you. God will continue to show you where those wonderful teachings can be applied, how those wonderful teachings can be applied, and God will continue to empower you to apply those wonderful teachings to the things that you see in the world around you. God will continue to make you dangerous to the religious. God will continue, you, with God's strength, with God's encouragement, you will continue to be seen by those religious, by those devoutly religious leaders, by those folks who go to church every opportunity they get and raise their hands up and praise and worship, proclaiming themselves as followers of Jesus Christ. You will be seen by them as dangerous. It's not an insult, though. Do not take that as an insult. It's a compliment that they don't even know they're giving you. Amen.